Behind the net here for Andrew McAdory. Duke coming off an 11-7 win over Syracuse last week. As you talked about, if they don't win this game today, Matt, I mean, they're number 9 in the country coming in. I mean, do you feel like they got an at-large bid, or is that in question if they don't get this one here today?
You'd like to think that they're probably in, but it's going to be close. I mean, especially as they get one on the doorstep here, get the first goal of the game. But this is a Duke team that, again, I think they definitely need this win to solidify their place and even maybe one more in the ACC tournament. I mean, the resume is pretty sound, but there's a lot of talent in the country. The Ivy is so strong. The Big Ten has been really strong. So I've been shocked before, right? Where a team you think is in, it doesn't find their way. But this is a Duke team that, again, I think if they get in, they can make a lot of noise just given their athleticism and how well they're playing on the defensive end.
Let's take it for a teaching moment here from that play on the sideline. Well, we just angle key there going up against Henry Metz at the faceoff. Duke has it here again. They've got the 1-0 advantage on the goal from McAdory. Just underway here today in this final regular season game of the year in conference play. And that's how tough it is, right, in this league, too, with only 5 teams. We were talking about it. It's like you're top 10 in the country, and you're finding yourselves in a game where you have to win to get into the tournament. And a big game coming up later today. Another shot and a score as Tomas Delgado puts it in for Duke, and it's quickly a 2-0 advantage.
2 face-off violations for Virginia, 2 possessions and 2 goals for the Blue Devils. Tomas Delgado, his first goal of the season. Does a nice job, rolls back to his strong right hand, moves to the middle of the field, increases his shooting angle, and then the nice plant and release. Duke clicking on all cylinders, and again, a 2-0 lead in lacrosse, usually not a big deal. You know what it is? When you've won 19 straight regular season games. Virginia definitely thinking about what could go wrong. It's 3 straight violations.
And Duke will capitalize 3 times in a row as Engelke scores. Less than 2 minutes in, it's 3-0 Blue Devils. Horrendous start for Virginia here today.
Right here, just a nice job from McAdory in the 2-man game. Virginia miscommunicates. And Duke making it look easy on the offensive end.
You're right.
Yeah, and careless mistakes like right there, just on a simple exchange. But again, this is a Virginia. Yeah, I mean, this is a Virginia team, and really, it's any team at the college level. You have to be able to create slides. So you have to put pressure on the defense with your athleticism, get them moving, so you can find space and get uncontested shots. And Virginia just doesn't have that piece of the puzzle this season as they get their first goal of the game from Mankey.
Thomas Mankey coming around, a senior on the attack, and it's now 3-1.
Mankey from Dallas, Texas area. Right here again, see now, McKay Millen has Duke double team him. It opens up the space, and Mankey's able to attack the backside. Virginia hasn't had enough of that this year, but when you do that as any offense, it just makes things simpler. It makes the communication.
Cover it with Sunderland. Winner of this game gets the final spot in the ACC tournament next week. Loser is out for Virginia. It's really their season on the line here. They need to win this to continue. If not, their season's going to be over. For Duke, possible at-large if they don't win and don't get into the ACC tournament. And that's what's at stake here today. Shot, score, and Virginia with shots puts it in to cut it to a 1-goal game.
McCabe Millen doing a nice job here early with his passing, finding the open Cavaliers. And right here, just a nice job, kind of taking it through X and throwing the back skip pass to Schutz, who buries it near side. And I really think that's important for McCabe Millen, is to start some passes early in the game, so the defense has to kind of slough off to open.
Fielder number 23 in white for Virginia, but now Duke goes the other way here with a 3-2 lead and just under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. It's over to McAdory, who scored the first goal of this game for Duke. They rattled off 3 straight on 3 straight face-off violations for Virginia. Then the Cavaliers have come back with Menke and Schutz to cut it to a 1-goal game. Slow shot from the outside is good, and it's in from Mulliver with his first of the day.
And this is what we're talking about offensively, right? Like, Max Sloat, a big physical dodging midi for Duke. He doesn't even really initiate a ton of offense, but Virginia's threatened. And so they slide, and now they ball watch, right? They're all kind of 2 men on him, and it then allows Malver to shot. But Virginia, they weather the storm, right? Like, it could have gotten away from them pretty quickly. And now to only find themselves down 2 and have had some pretty good offenses set, they have to be feeling a little bit better than they were, a minute and a half into the game, down 3-0.
Under 3 minutes to go now in the first quarter. Johnny Hackett stays with it. Millen. Millen feeds it in front, shot scored. It's Truett Sunderland. What a play.
McCabe Millen with his 3rd assist of the game. Doing a nice job with the touch of this pass. Again, a lot of the starts, Johnny Hackett gets his dodge, Duke slides. They have to change matchups. They're kind of scrambling on the inside. Now again, this play happens, not immediately after that dodge, but now Duke doesn't have the matchups that they want. McCabe Millen against a short stick with the nice touch pass. I can't tell you how hard it is to throw those soft passes inside with accuracy. And Sunderland and McCabe Millen doing a nice job in the 2-man play right there.
Well, you said it, Matt. He's assisted on all 3 of their goals so far today. Millen's got 27 assists on the season, and Sunderland picks up the goal here for UVA. 30 goals now for him, which leads the team, and they're back within 1. Duke firing away there was Matt Christmas.
Matt Christmas, a threat in transition.
And also a threat here as well as Liam Kirschis puts it in for the goal, and that's quick. They respond right off the bat.
Kirschis, the freshman, making an impact here. And just a nice job. Again, this is an attackman being matched up against a short stick off an unsettled situation, and is able to be patient with his dodge. Again, just a standard question mark, quick release. Balls.
You talked earlier, Matt, about how different these teams are. I mean, Duke last year, they scored 7 goals in the first quarter in this game against Virginia. They rolled to an 18-12 win. That was in Durham, but of those 18 goals, 17 came from players not with the team this year, including 5 from Josh Sawada. So that shows you the difference in this year's Blue Devil squad.
And credit to Coach Danowski and the job that he's done with so many new players. The offense they run is special, and right there, a good offense is set. And
Kirschis does it again, yeah.
The freshman, just with the nice offensive awareness to show near side, keep his feet moving, running up the field, gets his hips rotating. Man, no angle, far post. Duke offense, we talked about how good their defense was all season, but their offense looking equally as potent and powerful right now here in Charlottesville.
By Ryan Colsey.
But good offense there from Virginia, dodging down the wing, throwing it, throw X. A nice timed cut on the inside. But right here, 23, it's Hackett. I mean, he to me is, now you see you have Duke rotating and something good should happen.
Sunderland's got it here for Virginia. Feeds it in the middle, and a check from behind there, that time by Schutz. But it's going to be picked back up here as Hackett will put it back in.
Nice team defense, collapse into the middle there from Duke.
It's by Quaid, he shoots and scores. So Johnny Hackett off the restart. And it's 6-4 now. Virginia's back within 2.
Johnny Hackett was one of the biggest transfers in college lacrosse. Has struggled to find his way as making a big impact for this Cavaliers offense, but I just think the more touches he can get, the better things will get for this Virginia offense. And right there does a nice job taking it from X to his strong left hand. He's just so fast and doesn't need a lot of space to put the ball in the back of the net. That's why they're 6-7 playing for their life today.
Well, in that Hopkins game, it came down to a 1-goal game. Ultimately, it was a 13-12 win for Johns Hopkins. That was back on March 1st. And this shot off the mark here as Curtius was looking for a hat trick, 55 for Duke.
And Noon standing on his head right now. He's seen a lot of pepper on the inside, holding his post and doing a nice job.
4 saves so far for him today. 3 on the other side for Jamison. Nice little spin move and a shot and a score for Graham Blake.
Graham Blake gets his 13th goal of the season, but this offensive possession for Duke starts here. McCabe forces the issue with his offhand, going into the double team. And against a goalie like Jamison, going to be tough to get that by. And then here, Blake just does a nice job. I mean, talk about setting up your defenseman. Chismar plays his outside shoulder, sets up the inside roll. Right there, it's, loose ball. Again, they're going to call it high. Tough call, I think, on Boyer there for Duke.
44% on the season for Virginia in the man-up offense. 16th in the country. Out of the 74 teams here now, they've got a chance to cut it back down to 2.
Just too much holding the ball right now in this offensive set. Got to get the ball moving quickly. And then it opens up, right? I mean, early on, holding it, looking the inside, but then they start banging the ball behind X. Rotating, they get the skip pass, and now you're talking offensively. And I think this Virginia man up has done a nice job all year, especially for a team that doesn't have a ton of range from the outside. Ryan Colsey, who I think is the most improved player on this Cavaliers team with his 29th goal of the season.
I mean, Matt, it would pretty much go without saying, right, that when you're a man up, obviously, and there's a little bit more space and room for moves.
That's with that. I'd love to see them start subbing earlier in the offensive possessions. Get your key personnel on the field to generate the offense versus try to play kind of this unique clicky type offense.
Well, and you've been asking about number 23, Johnny Hackett, a few times here today as well, too. I don't see him.
He hasn't been on the field since he hasn't been on the field since he scored that goal. And a lot of that has to do with their subbing packages.
Millen finally puts one in on his 8th shot of the day, his first goal to go along with 3 assists, and Virginia is within 1.
McCabe Millen getting his first of the day. It's been a tough year shooting for the sophomore. He had such an outstanding freshman campaign. They're asking a lot more of him now. And look, shooting there's a lot of it that can get in your head. And right here, one thing he is going to continue to do is fire away. Nice job from, and that was a good set. Schutz drove hard to the top, right 5-5, threw it to X, and they just missed an open, I think, Balsamo on the crease.
Millen's pass going to be recovered. Balsamo's got it back over to Millen here. 15 to shoot. Millen with the last goal. A little bit too high for Balsamo. Trying to keep it on their side. Not going to happen there that time by...
There's Schroeder again.
Cavaliers. Oh, it is recovered. They've got it. In front. Shot, score. It is Sunderland to tie the game at 7.
Virginia's been missing plays like this all season, but they know how important this game is. Physical. Schroeder in the middle of the field caused the turnover. They get it down to Schutt to find Sunderland. Knots this game at 7.
One. 15 to shoot. Back to Sunderland. Behind the net, Menke.
It was a good time to drive hard to his left hand.
5 seconds. Oh, he flips it in. What a shot from Thomas Menke. And Virginia's got their first lead of the day.
Or do the exact opposite. Menke, very heavy left-handed player. I was thinking he would drive up hard left and inside roll. Takes it to the right in a shot that, again, when I was playing, not predominant. Didn't see it ever. And now the accuracy, just look at extends the reach, creates angle, snaps his wrist to the far post. This is unheard of, but commonplace now.
Yeah. Now there was a flag down at the end of the sequence here. Wide to the right by Menke.
Just Virginia, again, it's kind of that slow substitution that they run on the offensive end that I think it shrinks their ability to run effective offense because they're starting with 50 seconds left on the shot clock versus 65. Right?
What do you think the reason for that is?
I think they think there's an advantage in the substitution game. You're running 5-on-5 and 4-on-4.
Oh, Duke look out.
Buries that one.
Boyer has tied it up at 8. What a shot.
Yeah, Duke's first goal in over 24 minutes. Boyer, I think it was McAdory, throws the behind-the-back pass. Talk about awareness. What a play. Right, yeah, right there. McAdory gets it. He's feeling the pressure. The nice awareness for the behind-the-back. Fairly accurate. And then Boyer, I mean, good luck stopping that one. Number 41, Nunes. He's peppering the top portion there.
And I see what you're saying about like the substitutions, man. And I don't know whether they think. I mean, it's not like it's in. You know, they're throwing them out there, right? I mean,
hey, look at me, I'm dodging, right? I'm starting it. Like, there's just no flow,
right,
to start the offense. I mean, now standing still with 38 seconds left, like Duke doesn't have to slide, right? Like, you don't have the opportunity.
Yeah, it took 45 seconds to kind of get into it. Now they're going to shoot and score, though. They're taking a big hit and putting it in as Sunderland.
Sunderland puts the Cavs back on top by 1, but again, this starts as an offensive possession with Matthew Nunes, number 41, in cage, making his save of the day. Again, after a great offensive possession for Duke, all kinds of traffic in front of him, the foot save. And then right here, Virginia. Again, to me, Duke lucky that that's not a hit to the head. Again, I know it's tough. Sunderland's falling into.
Much on that one there from Millen, and Jamison with a save. 5 minutes to go. Right, with everything that's happened this season, they still have an opportunity, you know, to get to postseason play. I mean, they got ACC tournament hopes on the line if they can win this one here. And that is going to be Duke possession. It'll reset the shot clock here.
What a save from Nunes again.
Yep.
Nice slow break, right? And not a traditional 4-on-3, right? Which is a fast break. A slow break is more like a 5-on-4. They get the ball down the sideline through X. A nice timed cut and generate a really great scoring opportunity.
Nunes with his 10th save of the day. Now driving in, the bouncer goes through for Delgado. And we're tied at 9.
And right there, Duke again, a nice job creating offense out of the substitution game. Delgado gets a full head of steam. Virginia fake slides, and Delgado makes them pay. Ties this game with 5 minutes left.
The ACC tournament. Duke has at-large opportunity potentially available if they don't win this and don't play in the ACC tournament. Here is McAdory, goes down, the ball is loose. Who wants it? Still loose, and it somehow gets into the stick of Ware. Ben Ware's got it.
Noah Chismar gets the ground ball, keeps churning his feet. And then Ware with the awareness to get the loose ball. Virginia better be on sides here. Timeout.
Look out. They don't have a timeout. The ball is taken away.
That's right. Thought we were in the second.
McAdory. Under 40 seconds to go. The shot for the win. They get it by Ben Johnston. And Duke. And the streak over Virginia continues. 20 regular season wins in a row. They win it 10-9 to advance to the ACC tournament.
The story of Virginia's season, not able to make the big play at the big moment, and credit Duke for knowing how to win. Jamison in the cage makes that amazing save, and then kind of chaotic. Middle of the field cleared from Virginia. You got Ware over the midfield matched up against a long stick and Christmas. They turn it over, and Duke makes them pay in transition. Right here, McAdory over to Johnson, who's got range. The bounce shot near side. The 8th different goal scorer for the Blue Devils. Sends them to the ACC tournament next week in Charlotte and ends the season for the Virginia Cavaliers. The accuracy, the power, the release. Credit both teams, they gave it their all. Duke just made the bigger play at the bigger moment. Credit Jamison with that game-saving save earlier on in the first overtime.
The streak continues, and Virginia's season done as Duke moves on to the ACC tournament with this overtime win.